Okay, now we're going to make our video that we're going to put on our site. Now, a lot of people overcomplicate this. It's not that difficult to do. Now, to do this, we're going to use a piece of software that pretty much every Windows computer already has on it called Windows Movie Maker. I've got Windows Live installed on my computer, so I have Windows Live Movie Maker. But it isn't really any different. It just integrates with Windows Live other functions. Okay, so whether you use Windows Live version or just the regular Windows Movie Maker, doesn't really make any difference. It works the same. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go get from the website or wherever you are going to get some pictures. You need to go and download them. Okay, so pick a few pictures and you can bring some down later. So what we're going to do is right click and do a save image as, and then we're going to download them onto our computer. So I created a folder called Illusion Moj, okay, and I'm going to just download my images into here, the ones I want to use. Now you don't have to download them all at once. You can download some that you're sure you're going to use now, and if you want, you can come back and download more, or you can create your own images or find them somewhere else on the internet where you're allowed to download them. Now make sure you know your rights before you go taking images. You don't want to get them off Google Images or something like that, because a lot of these are copyrighted images if they're on somebody's website. So make sure that you know your rights for the images that you get. Okay, and again, if we're going to use this person's images, we need to contact him and ask him for permission. For this demonstration, I'm just going to use this for the demonstration, then I'm going to delete them. Okay, so bring down a couple more so you get the idea. Okay, so we'll start with that. Okay, now let's go back to Windows Movie Maker. And then we're going to click here to browse for videos and photos. Okay, and then we're going to navigate to our folder and bring the images in. Okay, so I'm going to hold down my control key. Now I'm just going to click on each of these images and open them. Okay, and then that brings them into the workspace over here. Okay, so now in this area, this is our timeline. So if we click the play button down here, it'll play straight across. So you see, it'll go to the next one here, and so on, till it's done. Okay, so that's all fine, but there's some other things we want to do this. Of course, this isn't much use to us yet, but it gives you an idea that you can put some slides in here, and then it plays through like a movie. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is put a title in here. So we go to where it says Add Title. Okay, and then you can enter your title in here. Now, you have some other things here. You have your transparency, so you can change the transparency of the text. You have the alignment right here. And if we right click on here, we can show the quick access toolbar, which lets us redo and undo things. And it's a good idea to have this here. It makes things a little easier. Okay, so we have our font now. We have our font size. There's our transparency. And we have our different controls here, bold, italic, and then our colors. And then this is our make it go bigger and make it go smaller. Okay, so for instance like that, and then as you see here, you can grab the corners, you can move it around and so on. Okay, and then as I showed you before, you can change the size of it here, you can change the font, you can change the transparency. So by sliding this, you see what happens here. Okay, say we want to change the background color. Here's where we can do that. Let's make it white. Okay, then what we're going to have to do is change the text color. Let's make that black. Okay, so you see what you're doing here is just getting your intro slide ready to go. Okay, now let's drag this to the front here. Just drag it over. And now it's going to start. Now, you'll see up here it has it start time at 21 seconds. Well, we're not going to want that. Okay, we're going to want to start this at 1 second. Okay, so now let's play. You'll see that it fades in here and then off to the next video or to the next clip. Okay, so that's fine. Let's stop this here. Now let's go back and select the first one again. And what we can do now is we can put some animations in there if we want. We'll click on animations. And when you put your mouse over top, we have no transition. Then we have a blur through, black, crossfade, pixelate. You see what's going on the screen there. Okay, so if we click on that one, let's click play here. Okay, so you see what it did. Now, normally you're not going to want that at the front, so let's undo that. And you can just click, that's why you put this toolbar here. And let's click on this one now and put the transition in between there. Okay, so let's go, where were we here? Let's use that one. We'll put that in there. Okay, now let's play through here. Let's start at the beginning actually. Okay, so you see what's going on there. So there's lots of interesting things you can do with effects. Okay, let's undo the transition there. Okay, now let's make this something more meaningful here. Let's edit this one. Okay, and let's make this something more meaningful now. So I'm going to go to the website and I'm going to grab this because it's a good line here. So let's do the same right here. So let's just take that and paste this in there. Let's stretch this a bit. And then, of course, as usual, we can change the colors here. Okay, so let's start this over here. Okay, so we could use some improvement there, but you get the idea. We need to start out with a strong message. So let's go back here. Let's just play this till we see the text. And then click on the text, and that's how you can get in there to edit it. Alright, now this is a little too big. I don't like the way it's streaming across there, so let's go through and make this a little smaller. Okay, so I'll spread it out like that. Okay, so let's add another clip in front here. So okay, so Okay, and then we do the same thing with this one. We're going to change the colors. So first of all, we'll make this white. No, make it black. Background color, white. Okay, so now when we start over here, okay, first it brings this one in. And look what I made. And then it starts into the slideshow here. Okay, and then we could add a caption, for instance. So we could click on this one, and then we could go here where it says caption. And we could put cool car. Okay, now you see that's hard to see, so let's go change the color. Let's make it something like that. You get the idea. So you can go through and add any captions you want here. Okay, and we'll put here and more. Okay, so there's a start. Now we got the title clips we want on there, and then we have our captions. Now we can step up to transitions, and we can put audio and video on them as well. We'll do that in the next video.